Hello, everybody. So today we're gonna be working in this way. Um, so the first grammar topic we have on unit number 1 is a question tags. Okay, question tags or tag questions like in your book on page 4, unit number 1. So it can be different names. Books use different names or change their names, so that is no problem. The topic is the same. Okay. So let's look at some examples here. It says, you haven't seen Mary today, have you? No, I'm afraid not. It was a good film, wasn't it? Yes, I really enjoyed it. So there are some examples here, and you see in bold is a tag question. Okay. So what happened with the tag question? Have you, wasn't it, are question tags. Mini questions that often put on the end of the sentence in spoken English. In question tags, we use an auxiliary verb, have, was, will, and more. We use do, does, did for the present past simple. So at this point of grammar and level, we have to have a very wide knowledge with the tenses. We have to be very familiar with English tenses in this case, because in this topic particularly we have to identify and be able to change it, okay, to the auxiliaries when it's present and what is the kind of auxiliary that it's using. So a lot of things come to this point, okay. So it's like a general review. When I see this kind of topics, it's a general review, that's what I say. And so we use that way. So um, let's look at some examples. In your book, there are a lot of examples. Okay, it's very good explanation in both columns. So we're gonna take a look at negative questions. You have your negative statements here on the book. So both sides are good. I mean, with the examples. The good thing in your book is that you have all the tenses, okay, all the tenses, so you can see what are the changes in each tense. So that's what that is that is nice from the book. So let's see. Mary will be here soon, won't she? So we have to be careful here. Will. So the negative is won't. Okay. There was a lot of traffic, wasn't there? Was. Wasn't. So in this case, we have to be very careful, okay? Because if it's positive, goes negative. If it's negative, goes positive. So both cases happen. It can be both cases. So we have to identify that part. In negative is, I think, is easier because um, we have the auxiliary here, negative, and it's easier to identify what is a change. Okay, Mary won't be late, will she? And the other thing, the subject. Okay, be careful about the subject. It is always the subject, okay, that we use. We don't change information, we don't manage that part, okay? So, you are not going out there, are you? So notice the meaning of yes and no. Be careful with the answers. Okay, when do we want to say yes or no? So it says, you are not going out. You are not going out today, are you? Yes, I'm going out. So you see, yes. You are not going out, are you? No, I'm not going out. Okay, so sometimes the meaning can be interpreted differently, but not here. So it says the meaning of a question tag depends on how you say it. If your voice goes down, you aren't really asking a question. You are only inviting the listener to agree with you. So be careful with the tone and the voice. If it goes down, so you are only inviting, not asking. Okay? It's a nice day, isn't it? Yes, lovely. Isn't it? Goes down. Mhm. So check the examples. Tim doesn't look well today, does he? there is another one. But if the voice goes up, it is real question. So remember, in beginner levels, we also, all the books and all the tenses talk about intonation goes up in questions. So here it's very important to do that. Okay. You haven't seen Mary today, have you? Have you? Go up. Okay. So there you go. You have a real question. No, I'm afraid not. And we have several cases with that. It says we often use negative, positive tag to ask things or information or to ask somebody to do something. The voice goes up at the end of the tag and sentences like this. You haven't got a pen, have you? Yes, here you are. You couldn't do me a favor, could you? It depends. So it changes here, okay? Because we are asking for things, information, or people to do something or anything else. So we are requiring another kind of things, but it goes up, okay? And that's all about the question tags, okay? So some information, and I guess you want to start practicing. So this is the moment you go to your book and do your activity number 4. Activity A and B. You complete that, okay? So I'm gonna give you the time. You can pause the video, and because I'm gonna give you the answers right now with the exercise from your book on page 4. So pause the video. Okay, so the answers. Grammar practice part B. Complete each statement with the correct question tag. Rob is your manager, isn't he? I turned off the projector, didn't I? Tim is going to present next, isn't he? She won't be at the meeting before 2, will she? We haven't forgotten anything, have we? It was a great day, wasn't it? Number 7. The agenda can't be printed in the business center before 8 a.m. Can it? Can it? Okay. 8. They were explaining the meeting etiquette, weren't they? Weren't they? She wants to be addressed by her first name, doesn't she? There was no one here from China, was there? So there you have the answers from the exercise of tag questions. So remember, if you have any further questions, you can contact me on the WhatsApp group or any other kind of way to communicate, like the email, if you want to. Okay, so let's continue, because we have on page number 5 a little bit about pronunciation, and I'm still working with the listenings because I have a CD and I'm not able to get the listenings from there. So practice. There is intonation in question tags, the things that just really talk about. Okay, practice you on your own. Check vocabulary. Okay, and we have make a small talk. Okay, there is a conversation activator, so you can start working on page number 5 on your own. And move to page number 6. We have the next exercise, the next grammar activity. And also remember that on Classroom you have extra grammar exercises, extra grammar explanation. You can go to Classroom and check that out. There are the 2 topics, tag question tags, or this one, which is page number 6 on past perfect. Okay, so you have both of them in the Classroom. So before we continue, we have an activity here. Okay, so maybe you wanna screenshot or take a photo. So copy this. I'm gonna leave it for a minute or so, and you have to post it on Classroom as your evidence. Okay, you have a section where it says evidence, so post it there when you finish. Okay, so you have 3 examples here and the rest, so you can do them. Please take a photo or just pause the video, okay, and take notes. And we have one more here for you to do. 1.2, read the situation and write a sentence with a question tag. In each question, you are asking your friend to agree with you. Remember, to agree with you. Okay, let's look at the example. You look out of the window, the sky is blue and the sun is shining. That sounds like a song. What do you say to your friend? Beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? So you have some words to help you from each sentence in parentheses, okay? So 2 activities to practice the tag questions, okay? And send them as an evidence. If you have questions, just let me know. This one and this one. You can pause the video, write them down, okay? Or take a photo as you wish. So I will explain the next grammar point on the next video, okay? So I will see you in the other